And we are live. Hello, everyone. It's David here with the Whiskey Rebellion. I'm joined by Molly, my co-host, and all you lovely people. Guys, how's it going?
It's all beautiful.
What's up?
Good.
Cool.
I woke up this morning.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you did. For one, obviously, but two, I titled the show, about Revenge of the Fifth really occurs on the morning of the 6th. I saw some rough looking heads when I came into work this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and some people were looking not great. I might have been one of them, but is what it is. I made it through. They made it through. But other big stuff happened, and we'll get to that later. Yesterday, which was also Cinco de Mayo, of course, people know. But before we get into that, let's talk about what we're drinking tonight. Gino, what you got there?
I didn't know.
What have I got? Smooth Ambler, cast strength.
Yep, and we were just talking about that.
Your Founder Series rye. This bottle, I've shared it with a few people. It's probably one of the best ryes that I've ever enjoyed. When Smooth Amber got started, and still to this day, some of their stuff is sourced by MGP.
Yep.
They're slowly starting to introduce their own stuff. This was one of the very first things that they started putting out that was their own material.
Okay.
This is actually, it's aged 6 years. It's 69.9%. What 120 proof? Something wrong that range.
Okay, so that's pretty high up
But
there.
it does not drink that way. It is delicious. If you are into ryes in any form or fashion, this is one that you will enjoy. If you see it on the shelf, pick it up. It is well worth the price point.
Okay. So, and you guys hear, because the reason I guess I wanted to put a little bit more attention on that is because it is a rye and it is extremely high proof, by comparison to what most people are used to.
Yes.
Usually that combination, it would put off a lot of people because that's like, that's a ball of fire that I'm going to be drinking.
Absolutely
just
not.
Pepper bomb in my face.
Drink to the proof at all. It is one that, if it was more available,
you'd be having backups.
It's awesome. Oh, my Lord, yes. Matter of fact, I might have to pick up. I know where I can source another couple bottles.
Where do you where you're at?
Excuse me?
What are you looking for?
You still broke up.
Am I really cutting out?
Yeah, you were. There you go.
Now you're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, no, not here, not me. About how much was it?
You
shoot.
That
I think it was about 110 after tax.
Okay.
On that point.
Good to know.
Somewhere in that price range. But don't quibble over that at all.
For that bottle? Yeah.
Pick it up.
Good to know.
Trust me. And hey, I'll put this disclaimer out there. If you don't like it, send it to me. I will take care of it for you.
Good to know. All right. I'd probably be keeping that if I picked it up, though. Billy, what you drinking?
I am having the exact same thing, and this is basically that's all that's left of it.
There you go. There's proof.
And thank you to my brother Gino. Listen, I can't thank you guys enough for all y'all love and support. We'll get into it later, but yesterday was an Animal House, and it was absolutely amazing at the same time. Blowout, but we'll get into it later. And everything Gino said, I definitely agree. Ryes have a tendency, especially if you're not into ryes, people will think they're hot.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people want to stay away from them, or they're very leery about them. And there's actually you have to kind of develop a taste for ryes.
For sure.
But I mean, and it is definitely worth the price point. I have personally never seen it down here, and I wish I had, because that's one bottle I would get. I would splurge on.
No doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is worth that price point.
100%.
If I see it. But Yeah, that's good because I think that's really the recommendation for if you like rye. This is not the bottle to find out if you like rye or not.
Yeah, no.
But also, don't be
If you
scared.
like, if you like rye, you'll love this.
Cool. All right, I want to try it too. Mark, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
What's up, fellas? Okay, so first off, shout out to my Caps. Shut up.
No,
Caps.
That's
shut up.
That's a true fan.
All right, now, so I think I might be the only person that didn't realize yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. I learned yesterday was Cinco de Mayo at about 10:30 last night. I kid you not. All day I thought it was.
Let me just channel Jody for a second here. So if you look on your calendar,
yeah, but I don't look.
You can see that it's the 5th of May, which is also known as Cinco de Mayo.
I barely even look at my phone. I look at the time, and that's it. I
clue. Appreciate that too. Don't be married to your phone. That's cool.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Like you're not doing anything. Like, do anything for what? I'm like, that's Star Wars shit. I don't think about Star Wars stuff. I like Star Wars.
That's what is it? May the
that
force
was
be with
May
you.
the force be with. Or
that was like that was yesterday. Huh?
Yep. And then
I had no clue.
Yesterday was Revenge of the 5th, as they call
it.
It.
I had no clue.
But that's what I said. The show thing is like the real revenge comes this morning when you're trying to go to work.
And what? So Saturday was May the 4th be with you.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I thought that was yesterday, so no clue. But I am sipping. So this is the bottle you all saw me when I purchased this. I got this at this is the Prov pick. It's what Prov and Annie. That damn camera's this way. So this is Bourbon Concierge. This is from Prov and Annie.
Nice. From Annie.
So
yep.
I waited till I was with my guy Charlie. So we cracked it Saturday night, the 4th.
There you go. You're getting it. You're picking it.
Yeah,
up.
we cracked this open. This is probably one of the better of these single barrel selects.
Yes.
This is 129 proof.
Yes, sir.
And so I actually didn't. We cracked it. I actually didn't try it. I let the guys try it and a couple of ladies. And everyone says a cherry bomb. I was like, all right, people always say that. I didn't try it until right before we went on. This is why I was so early, David. I was like, oh shit, this is a cherry bomb. With it. I was like, oh, this is a cherry. This is like high proof cherry syrup. I bet this would be good in the old fashioned. But at the price, I'm not putting this in damn old fashioned. But I was about to say, would be good in one.
Probably for what you gave for that, you don't want to.
But I'll bet this would be good in one. I might have to do it. I got to perfect it a little bit. I'm not a mixed drink guy, so
no.
But that damn thing is fire. Yes.
Nice. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Still got an unopened bottle behind me.
Very
cool. I got a couple of them somewhere around here.
There's the camera. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
I got some. I see yours. I got a couple of them somewhere. But yeah,
I got one
right there.
It's unopened.
I got one right there. I don't know what it is. I'll look at it. That one is
good shit. So was I the only one here that was struggling this morning? Was it just me?
No.
Billy, you're probably just tired.
I'm still wired from yesterday.
No doubt. Okay.
I just look tired because that's the way things have been the last 3 months. But I woke up not feeling too bad, actually. It wasn't bad. But let me tell you, yesterday after everything was done, man, I felt like I got hit by a ton of bricks and stepped on by an elephant. It was bad.
Man. That was a hell of a day. Well, we'll get to that. Just say, I guess I got to talk about what I'm drinking. So I'm drinking, two things tonight. I just bottle killed my Real McCoy 12-year. This was a really nice, very vanilla-y, and this is the one that Chuck described as like the saltwater taffy kind of on the palate. And I do definitely get some of that. I get a lot of vanilla first, and then it kind of fades into like a saltwater taffy for me. But I'm also I've had my palate biased by his description, if I'm being honest. Still great bottle. As you can see, it's gone. I didn't have it that long. What
was the price point on that, David?
It was like, I want to say like mid-40s, something like that.
Okay.
So pretty approachable.
The 5 years not bad either.
Yeah, and that's a rare thing because when we've talked about this before with rums that are for me under 10 years. I got to be like, I have to know it's good before I pick it up because there's nothing. Really, there's nothing worse than rum that tastes too young because it's like obviously and very badly too young. It's basically a headache in a bottle.
There we go.
There you
this
go.
One's very good. Very good.
They make some good rums.
Does that have an age statement on it, Gino?
This one's a Barbados 10 year.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Delicious, dude. If you see it, buy it. That's all I can say.
Nice.
You won't be disappointed. And the real McCoy, yeah,
That's
I
a
had
Foursquare product, if I recall.
exactly. And I had the 5 year recently. That's actually not bad for just a 5 year too.
Yeah.
Price point on the 5 year was like around about $25.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're not wasting your money on that.
It's a lot more approachable than like regular Foursquare because like
Yeah,
you're gonna have a hard time finding a bottle under. I think the cheapest I've seen is like 65, 67 for any of their stuff, and it just goes up from there. It's great rum. Don't get me wrong, but you're gonna pay
very
for
good rum. They know what they're doing.
it.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like the Ducati of rums. But anyway, so that's what I'm drinking. I'm enjoying it, enjoying the company. So Billy, tell us about your grand opening, sir. How did it go?
So here's the deal. First and foremost, listen, not that I didn't know it, but the wife is a hell of a lot smarter than me. I
True.
gave her a 5-minute crash course on how to use the new POS system.
Mm-hmm.
And after I gave that little demonstration, she never once asked me any questions. She rang up all the tickets. And you guys seen the video I uploaded. So yes, I did get down on one knee and pop the question. But when I tell you guys I owe this woman my life, in every sense of the word, I do. I would not have made it through yesterday without her and the help of one of our other friends. But I got to focus on just making sure the food is what I wanted it to be, and it went out the way that I wanted to look like. And there was no yelling that anybody voices didn't get raised, none of that. But let me tell you, it was a truly humbling experience. And I mean that in a very good way because in a situation like this, you can only hope and pray that anybody shows up because nobody is obligated to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Sunday, it's kind of a drinking holiday. You could find a million other places to park yourself. And I'm in Dade County, and I would say a good 70% of the people who showed up are from Broward County. So they drove at least 20 minutes.
Nice.
And depending on from some people where I know they live, probably drove close to 40 minutes. When
For
we
you.
opened the doors, everybody came in, they looked at the lobby, got googly eyed, and said, okay, fuck that, it's time to eat. And when they did that, it was non-stop.
Damn.
When I tell you it was non-stop, and when I looked up and I was like, hey, listen, we're about to run out of, and before I could finish the sentence, we were
Boom.
out of food. And you
Nice.
know, the beautiful thing about being busy, you never get a chance to romance the clock, like looking at what time it is.
Mm.
And I look, it was 2:30 and the place was empty because we had no food.
It's a
We
hell of a
had
thing.
no food. We went through tequila, we went through 3 cases of beer. So everybody had a good time. There was tent set up. My Jeep people came out and acted a donkey in a beautiful way. Um, and listen, it to me why it was so humbling because again, you are hoping, praying that somebody shows up, and they did. And a lot of my customers from the pop up showed up, and nobody flinched an eye at prices. Nobody flinched an eye because now you're paying taxes. Where at the farmers market, it's just straight up.
Straight up, yeah.
Here it is.
Mhm.
Um, so with this new POS system, I have the option when you ring it up, it gives you two prices. There's a cash price and there's a credit price because of the
Yes, indeed.
processing fees,
Yep.
right? I felt bad about this. Can I tell you, out of all the orders we did, I think only like 15 of them were cash. So
Ugh.
nobody cared.
That's what
When I
you
tell
want,
you,
right? I mean, it's awesome. You got good people, and everyone came
Yeah.
out. That's amazing. But like, that is kind of what you want, right? Is sort of the easy use of all of that,
well,
not costing you.
you know, here's the thing for me. So I use a software system when I'm doing the pop-ups, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's digital. If you want a receipt, it sends you either a text, email, something like that, right? There's not an actual paper receipt. And I would always turn off the tip option because I didn't want tips. I didn't want people to feel uncomfortable. And if you've seen anything lately about tipping, it's become a big deal. You know, like Sephora will ask you if you want a tip, and I'm like, that's not a tipping industry. Why is Sephora asking people if they want a tip?
Because someone's going to do it,
Yeah.
and what does it
But
cost?
They'll
I'm
feel
not saying
obligated.
to your point, I feel where you're coming from on that, but like most people will be like, well, you're not obligated, but if you do, why turn away that opportunity,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But the mention
I'm sure
of
that's
it,
I'm
they'll
sure that's
feel
the thinking
obligated.
behind it.
the mention of it to me would make me feel uncomfortable if it
No,
was not in a tipping situation.
I hear. I mean, I'm not
So
disagreeing with you.
I'll give you a quick how I feel about things. Nobody has ever got an email from Cafe 305 advertising anything. And I tell people
No.
if you ever get an email, it's fraud. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Because I don't send out emails. Reason being, I've subscribed to Boston Scally. I've subscribed to a lot of different things. And if you send me one email, that's fine. But if you've ordered anything from Boston, you
They
get
do not
10,
leave your ass
15.
alone forever.
Exactly. So for me, here's the thing. If I like the product, I'm going to order it when I want to order it. You emailing me like that, it's just going to make me unsubscribe from the email.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to accomplish. It's not going to make me to buy. You're not going to
Right.
twist my arm to do that.
Yeah. No,
So,
I feel that.
but without getting off track, it was an amazing day. I didn't have enough left to feed a dog.
Awesome, dude.
I had this
You hear that, Molly?
couple
Sorry, man.
from the Philippines. They had never had collard greens. They
Really?
had collard greens for the first time yesterday, right? They're sitting in the parking lot eating collard greens. The wife makes the husband come back inside and buy whatever collard greens I had left.
Mm.
Like literally.
That's awesome.
And it was like a half a batch. And I was like, I don't even know what to charge you. And I was like, listen, just give me $10. But it was like, listen, and for me, my grandmother taught me how to make collard greens. And up until I would say as little as a year and a half ago, if somebody asked me for collard greens, I wouldn't make them because of the attachment with my grandmother and of course losing her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. It wasn't, I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't make them. Pick something else. So I decided, you know what? I heard her voice saying, you got to get off that. So I served greens yesterday. And when I tell you the compliments we got off of the collard greens, it humbled me. And it made me sad because it's like, if you only knew the story behind my collard greens.
Mm.
And if anybody's made collard greens, it is a labor of love. You do not make collard greens in 20 or 30 minutes. It just, you'll spend,
No.
listen, my grandmother used to make collard greens and she would clean them the day before and chop them because you need so much collard greens to feed like 3 people.
Yep, they cook and they cook.
Yeah.
And
So,
they
but
cook.
again, it was such a humbling and such a blessing at the same time because I got to see all my hard work and stuff come to fruition.
Yeah.
And when people say it's not about the money, bullshit. When I saw that number yesterday, I was like, holy hell. I don't do any kind of illicit drugs or whatnot, but when I saw that number, I'll be completely honest, I got high as fuck when I saw that number.
No doubt.
No, I mean, but listen, for me, I've had some jobs in the past that I've worked a whole 2 weeks and didn't make what I made yesterday in one day.
Man, that's
So,
I mean that's it, right? That's
awesome, brother. That's what you're after.
but it was, and I'm not some big religious nut, but it was God's way of humbling me. Oh, you think so? Let me show you this.
Hmm.
Oh, you think that's what you're gonna get? No, let me show you what you're going to get. And I had to look at the ticket like 4 or 5 times. I have the app on my phone. I looked at it like 10 times at the end of the day.
just making
Is
sure
this
it was
real?
right. Hey man,
Fella, this
Good
was
for you.
one day.
Yeah.
and you got on one knee.
That's
You gotta
thing, man.
where in the context of like were you planning?
So
Like,
when I
Because
first
all this
figured
is
out,
coming is new to me, so I need to hear the details.
so here's the details. Say 4.5 years ago, right? I'm in California, Bakersfield, working. I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks. Me and the wife are missing each other crazy. I can remember exactly where I was at. I was sitting in the pool with my legs in the pool, having a cigar. I actually still have the picture of the moment. And we're on the phone, and my wife just out of nowhere says to me, "When are we getting married?"
Boom.
I said, without blinking an eye, without a hesitation, I said, "As soon as I get back." I got back on a Monday. We got our marriage license that Thursday. We applied for it. You have to wait 3 days. So
Okay.
let's call it Monday. In less than a month time, we were legally married, right? Nobody believed I was getting married. So I didn't tell anybody. I said, just come over to the house. I got something I want to show everybody, blah, blah, blah. Listen, even to this day, people still can't believe me married.
Yeah.
So my wife was like, you
we're
know
still
what?
wondering how you got that lucky, dude.
You listen, me and you both. So there was this running joke between me and the wife. She's like, you know what? You've never asked me to marry you. I was like, but you asked me when we was gonna get married. I told you when. I kept my word.
Matters. It matters, dude.
So of course it was a running joke. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to make this day only about me, only about Cafe 305. So of course, in my rabbit ass mind, I said, you know what? I'm gonna propose to her in front of all these people. And listen, my wife hates to be embarrassed. She hates it.
So this is a gamble, is what it sounds
So
like.
sad.
Listen, and she was standing next to me, but there was a little bit of space in between us, like because people was recording. So other people knew, but she didn't. And I kept pulling her closer, and she kept like
maneuvering.
Fuck over here. God damn it. What are you doing? So, I started talking and tell everybody how fortunate I am to have her in my life. Ran it down the line, and I got down on one knee, and I asked her to marry me. And deep down inside, listen, it made me emotional. People in the crowd was emotional.
Yeah.
And
it is an emotional thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I can tell you this is the first, only, and last time I will ever do it. I really mean that.
Yeah, I feel
only because the attachment I have to her is so strong. We can't even stand to be away from each other. When I just went away for my uncle's funeral, it was horrible. She's going away this coming weekend, and she's like, she's dreading it because we're not going away together. So it was an experience where I got to do that. Get down on one knee, and I'm gonna tell you this: that's not my thing. It still felt odd.
Yeah,
well, that's kind of part of it too, though. Is like you're not doing you in that moment.
There it is.
You're doing the right.
You got that, Mark.
You're going about it. Yeah, you're being you're humbling yourself, and you're kind of coming correct, so to speak. So like, yeah, I feel that.
You're doing it in front of family and friends, so there's witnesses. That shit is on the internet now. Like,
yeah, man.
Fortunately, I was able to do that prior to the internet.
So I would even think it would be easier if you did it in private.
Yep. No,
but
that is how I did it. But yeah,
no.
It's
Don't matter, huh?
easier or not easy.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
There's
it-
no easy. At least not. It wasn't for me anyway.
when I did it, it was prior to the internet. It was private, and it does not come any easier.
Yeah. I listen. And for me,
Trust me.
I'm really protective about a couple of things. I am probably more protective about my name than I am probably myself. Because for me, I've only given it to my child and my wife. So when
Exactly.
I tell you I am super, super protective of my name, so
Mhm.
I don't try to do anything to embarrass her. My wife does her damnedest not to embarrass me, and my child is the same way.
Boom.
And
Yes,
when I
sir.
tell you, bro, I am super protective of my name.
Yeah.
Like you can call me all sorts of things, but don't insult my name, because I've worked super hard to maintain it
Mm-hmm.
and I've
Yeah.
fucked it up before on my own. So I realize how valuable my name is to me, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
Sure.
You got it.
But overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, yesterday was a 100.
Mm.
I'm
Um,
so happy for you, man.
Yeah. Seriously.
but
Yeah, man.
like I had said in the post, I cannot tell you how thankful I am for you guys because again, nobody's obligated to help another person, not even your own family. And I can tell you this, there are people who are not related to me by blood who have helped me more than people who are related to me by blood.
Yeah.
And to me, I cannot tell you how humbling that is because low key, you would almost feel like your family has some obligation to help you,
Yeah.
but
There's this
really, they
there's
don't.
a saying that I like, not to interrupt you, but I'm going to here.
Yeah.
Family is not defined by blood.
Nope. It only makes you related.
Bingo.
Yep.
Yep. For sure.
That's all it does. It doesn't guarantee you heritage. It doesn't guarantee
One
you
bit.
inheritance. It doesn't guarantee you help. None of that. Just knowing when I was going through losing my uncle that I could have picked up the phone and called any one of you guys.
Mm.
Because when I tell you, fellas, there was some dark moments.
Man, I wish you had.
When I
And
tell
you
you,
got,
there was
Maybe you did,
Anytime.
but I maybe reach out to other
you
folks.
dark,
got my number.
dark moments.
Yeah, anytime, bro.
I'll tell you guys this. When I came back, I was sitting on the couch with my wife, and I said to her, I give up. I don't want to open a restaurant.
Damn.
Bam.
She was like, the fuck you ain't.
Yeah.
But bro, when I
Mhm.
tell you ready because of everything, if you would have kicked me in the nuts 1,000 times, it would have hurt less. And I chucked up the deuces. I was ready. I was like, I don't care. I don't owe anybody any money. I don't care.
Mm.
Like if they padlocked the door, I was ready. I had some dark moment. I was ready to crawl in a hole. Never about hurting myself, but when I tell you I wanted to give, I wanted to give. So the culmination of yesterday was a moment that I had to stand outside of my own self.
Yeah.
David and the conversation we had last time on the show about being vulnerable and
Yeah.
letting stuff out. And again, when somebody says it's not about the money, bullshit. Money has a certain part of success to it,
It's not about the money.
Way to
Right.
keep score.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So again, when I saw that number, I was like, holy fuck. And we didn't even have a full menu. If I had the full
No,
menu,
but the thing about it, Billy, that's validation.
yeah,
The people who came to your opening are the people that know Cafe 305.
And it's more than validation, it's proof of
By
concept.
that,
yeah,
by them showing up and buying everything that you had in less than 2 hours. That
Oh,
is
yeah, man.
validation of your product, of your work, everything about Cafe 305. Right
Yes.
there in a nutshell.
And I know you guys have been a big part of that success because you guys have all ordered from me. And listen, barbecue sauce is not exclusive. You could get in your car and drive less than 10 minutes and hit a barbecue sauce. You know,
Yeah.
Gino, bless his heart, I think Gino's order was probably almost 2.5 months late. And that's how I tell
I
you
knew it was coming,
how.
brother.
But again, for somebody to stick with you, you're not obligated. You're not. You know, you paid your hard-earned money, and I had the world sitting on my toes. You know, and again, all of it is still very, very humbling just to know that I have that support. And on top of that, not even anything to do with money or sauce or whatever. And one of my most darkest moments in my life, if I needed somebody, I wasn't alone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Never.
know? So again, it's one of those experiences that when it
I'm here.
happens to you,
Just call.
it has a way to really humble you. I don't care who you are.
Oh, for sure.
You could have $1 billion in the bank, but if you ain't got nobody to call, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want your problems.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
If
got to be the
you
lowest of the low where you don't have anybody you can reach out to.
Yeah.
listen,
Got to be. Got to be.
you could have $1 billion in the bank and death doesn't care. Poor health doesn't care.
Nope.
Time doesn't care. Because I heard this, I forget where I heard it, and it's kind of dark, but everything we own or everything we have, we don't own any of it. It's just a lease.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody else is going to live in this house.
Bingo.
At some point, my Jeep is going to end up on a scrap pile somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They all end up there. I'm sorry.
Yep.
At some point, they all end up there. You know, it's one of those things. So your money, your materials, none of it goes with you. None of it.
100%.
No.
That's what we were
You know?
talking about, before. I guess I don't know how much of that ended up in the after show or whatever from what we were talking about, but it's like that whole like expression, like remember you must die, like memento mori, right? Yeah, and that's all it means is like this is all the time we
Remember
have,
you
all
are
the
mortal.
shit we acquire, like we don't keep any of it really. We don't take it with us.
It's all right here.
It's just stuff we obsess about, and you better make choices as to what you value the most and what you want to invest your time, because you're not going to get the time back.
No.
We always act like we have more time than we really do.
Yeah.
And you don't, because listen, somebody else we're gonna die with bourbon. Somebody else is gonna open that one bottle that we didn't get to open because we were trying to hold on to it.
I'm open every one of them motherfuckers before I go.
But somebody's gonna get
not like Mark, who doesn't remember he's got bottles hidden away somewhere.
People be moving into your house finding shit in the walls.
I go.
Listen, let's be real. Mark has a liquor store that he doesn't know about.
Exactly.
The state is gonna start buying that shit back from him.
Hey, come on, I got him. I'll cut a deal.
But no, again, just with everything that's happened, let's just say from the minute I really contemplating doing this again, it's been tough. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm poor because I have health and I'm alive, but fuck.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch your finances take a fucking swan dive off of Mount Everest, you're like, holy shit.
I'm right there, man.
And I understand it. Been that way.
I am the choir you are preaching to right now.
But so again, that's why yesterday when I saw the total, I was like, fuck. Talking about a breath of fresh air, like, oof, my back is off the wall.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's validation of your product, dude. It's validation of what you put out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's only what you deserve from the hard work you put into it.
It's the product the brands, the business, all that effort,
Boom.
all of it. We're just happy for you, man. We're just fucking happy.
Yes, sir.
I hate none of us could have been there, but
No, but listen, you guys were
we
there.
will at some point. Shit.
You guys
Yeah,
were
dude.
there because
When
again,
you posted you sold out in under 2 hours, I could not have been happier.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
for
like,
sure.
look at this. I'm showing my wife, I'm showing my daughter. My man sold out in less than 2 hours.
yeah.
And then
fellas,
the next
when
thing I told my wife, it's like, I should have been there.
Listen, you guys will
Man, I
make it
wanted to
down
be
here.
there so bad, but it just didn't freaking work out. It's like, oh
No, but listen, you guys were there with me because, again, that encouragement. This whole thing kind of started with you guys. Gino, I don't think he was a part of the show, but I think David, John, Jody, Mark, I sent them guys bottles that didn't even have labels on them.
I remember.
It was just, here's the bottle.
Oh,
there you go.
You were
prize.
the reason I got hooked up with these other
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I found your cooking little cooking bits on YouTube, and I traced it from there. And it's like,
that's right. You found us through cooking rather than bourbon.
I found it. Yeah, exactly.
I think Chuck did as well.
And so it was like, yeah, you are the man.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a breathtaking moment at the end of all of it. And I never stopped moving. When we opened the doors.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it was just go time.
There is no doubt, man.
It was, regardless of how tired I was, I was moving. It was a blur.
Perfect. Gotta be perfect. Every one of these perfect.
Well, what I liked about it, it was an animal house, and I think that's the way I like it. You know, I went outside and everybody was just cheering me on. People were drinking beers, eating food, and it was like
a big ass party.
Yeah, exactly what it was.
Tailgate.
That's exactly what it was.
No, and if any of you guys have done that, have ever had like a big party at your place? There's a bunch of people there, like all your friends are there, everyone's having a great ass time. It does create that. That's what I used to do when I did my Halloween parties. It would be all my friends, and be like 50, 60 people in this tiny little house, just having a great ass time and great stories to come from and all this stuff. I felt so fucking good and so like satisfied. So like, if you appreciate like anything like that's what I was feeling. Like if you were feeling something like that, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
being like this is your place. This is kind of like your shindig.
And put it like this: in my little lobby waiting area, 10 people's tight. 10 people is tight. But again, it's one of those situations where I was blessed with that location. I had to do zero construction. The permitting, everything was expensive and time consuming, but all the other warehouses were raw. So you would end up, if you had to go from,
because you would have to build it out. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I don't even want to know that you'd be 75 to 90,000 in before you open the door. Between permitting, construction,
not for where you're at. Yeah, it sounds like you did it perfect.
Yeah, listen, listen. I'll tell you guys in the after show, but there's some other things that there's no way I should have got this place. None. And it was crazy because I think I told you guys the first place I went after was actually next door to this one, and I didn't get that one. I got this one. And I was like,
but it sounds like it worked out though, yeah.
Oh, it worked out perfectly. But I remember when I didn't get the first location, I was crushed.
Yeah, I bet.
And that one was raw, and I was still crushed.
There's a reason why you didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Wasn't time for you.
That's not where he wanted me to be at.
Boom.
So. But enough about me. What else did you guys get into for Cinco de Mayo? It's a drinking day. What did you guys get into?
I just got freaking drunk.
Nice.
I did that brisket for my kids that were coming up on Saturday. Oh, damn, the brisket awesome. And no, I opened up that bottle of Green River and I almost finished that entire bottle.
Wow.
I'm not
Well done,
very
well
proud
done.
of that, but yeah, there's about that much left in that bottle. So it's like, so
Whoops.
today was painful, but I did enjoy that Rocky Patel vintage 1992. That's an awesome little stick. I mean, for someone who's just getting into the cigar world,
Hmm.
I did enjoy that. But yeah, I didn't get any tequila. But yeah, the bourbon was flowing pretty damn good yesterday.
There you go.
That's what's up.
Good
That's
shit.
what's up. I drank nothing yesterday.
Because
Really?
he didn't know.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was May
You
5th.
didn't want to. Yeah.
I was watching TV. I had water. I drank lots of water yesterday, which is good.
That's good. That's good. He did it right. He beat the crowds.
Yeah.
I'm not joining them at all.
No tequila. no tequila. No nothing.
Didn't go get the
Damn.
tacos. That's all right. That's all
I ain't
right.
have a taco.
And wait, I'm gonna interrupt again. Shout out to Mr. Mark down there in Augusta.
Okay.
Was posting
Oh,
that
yeah.
tequila, that Centenario.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite tequilas out there under the sun. That is damn good tequila. If you're gonna get into tequila, look for Centenario de Añejo. It's aged tequila. Awesome straight up. If you want to mix it with anything, do a little pineapple juice. But
And
that one is straight up good right out of the bottle.
and speaking of that, so yesterday, one of my customers, and this is the guy who I buy my honey from that I use in my sauce.
Okay.
Guy name is Josh. So Southwest Ranches is a subdivision in Broward County. There is a main road called Dykes Road.
Okay.
So Dykes Road is his last name. Dykes is his last name. His parents
DYKS?
were the first ones to live like in that area. So they
It
named
was
the
literally
road.
named after his family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
crazy.
yesterday he shows up with his girlfriend. They bring me a bottle of Basil Hayden and 2 bottles of tequila.
Mm.
Not only that, but he gifted me a bottle of Don Julio 1942
Mm.
Oh, nice.
and 2 bottles of is it pronounced Avon or Aviate 44? What's this guy's name? This
I
actor.
can't say it. What? Who?
This actor who owns the cell phone company too. Rhino Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy plays Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
exactly.
Damn good movie.
So
Yeah.
he
I'm excited
gifted
about it.
me
Coming
2
soon.
bottles of the Reserve 44. So for
Okay.
shits and giggles, I looked it up online. The 1942 is $125,
Jeez. All right.
Yeah. No.
And
and
Yeah,
the
it's
other
good.
2 bottles
American
he
tequila.
gifted me are like $250 each.
Yes. Good for
Some
us.
lavish
Yes.
gifts there, man.
Yes.
And here's the kicker: we are not tequila drinkers.
I tell you what, Billy, take one of those bottles, put it in your refrigerator, get it good and chilled.
Okay.
Tomorrow evening, when you get home, you're sitting down relaxing, pour yourself a little bit. You
I tell you,
treat it like a sipping whiskey, but it's got to be chilled. And
I tell you what, I'm gonna
sit
do
there
you
and
one
just-
favor. I'm gonna do you one better, and I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm not gonna do that until you come to Miami.
Ooh. All
There you
right.
go.
That will
Damn.
be the only circumstances of which I will open that bottle.
I think it's about to be bought. Look at it. He's getting out his phone right now. He's like the Southwest app. And
Honey, gas up the car.
You know it.
gotta go pick someone up from the airport in about 3
My
hours.
old ass is retiring at the end of the next month. I have
So,
plenty of
yes.
free time.
And the other bottle will not be open until Mark gets his black ass back down here.
There you
What's
go.
up with that, dude? The guy who's more free to travel than the rest of us.
Travels a lot and free.
Not right now.
He's got to have so many free miles built up for all the travels he's done. It's like, dude, what's
Yeah,
up?
I do. The
100
only thing
million
right
travel
now
miles.
is so I'm back to being 100% contractor. So if I don't work, I don't get paid.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And again, I'm still crying from New York City last week. Fuckers.
They
I mean,
got you
I
good.
really can't get mad because they don't have to take it, but more often than not, they do. They say, no, we follow the rules here. It's
Yeah,
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we gave you a discount at $550, huh?
a discount.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
so
they only took one of your kidneys, not both of them.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Jesus.
my wife, the youngest kid, and the mother-in-law are all going to New York. They leave Friday. The hotel is almost 450 a night, I think.
Depends on where they are. Yeah. Like, they going in the city, like
Yeah, they're in
Manhattan,
the
near
city.
time. If you're near Times Square, yeah.
Yeah, they're because they're within walking distance of all of that.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, holy hell.
I'd have been happy for 450.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
No doubt there, brother.
And
No doubt.
beautiful.
can you imagine that the way things are, you would be happy with 450?
Yeah.
And we got lucky because when I went to VA just recently, me and my family was like, you know what? We're gonna all chip in on the Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm gonna chauffeur everybody around because this is how we're gonna save money.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
The only thing I did separate from my family was the rental car because we left on different days. That was
Got
it.
you. What part of Virginia were you in?
Fairfax.
Oh shit, I wish I'd known.
Ooh,
DC area.
work there,
Wish I'd
man.
known.
Yeah, it's like
Right
it's
where that's
literally
at.
Put it
my
like
parents.
this.
Yeah.
Powers, man.
The White
You were
House
seeing your daughter, right?
was the White House was 20 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish I now that I wish I had known. If you post, I probably just didn't
Yeah.
notice the shit. But yeah.
The airport was 12 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
And you know how when you come out of the airport, you see
flew
the
into Nashville?
Pentagon with the little things pointing
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, that's national. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
3 hours.
12 minutes away.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
3
man,
hours.
that was my
I could have been
I
there. in
still
3
think of that
hours.
as home. I've been living in this damn state for like 20 years. I still think of that as
It was a
home.
rough trip. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I wish I had known
You
because
know
like I
that,
said,
but
I'd have had one of my.
You
I
need
had,
someone
let
to
me
get
know next time in your
pour
neighborhood.
up, you know?
That's
Well, yeah.
just 3 hours from here.
I'd have had one. I'd have had one of the. I'd had a cigar brother come and see you, man, and bring you a little
Oh
something, something.
yes.
Bring you a drink, some cigars, just
And you know
I could
what's
have sent you
crazy
my
though?
actual brother.
The when I was there, I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
I waited till I got back home. But yeah. Fairfax. Fairfax was nice.
Yeah,
The weather was beautiful though. Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Christ,
it
the weather
was.
beautiful.
Yeah, I
Last
heard.
week was gorgeous.
Yeah, the weather was absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you, Pores? What'd you do for the drinking holiday?
so this Saturday, my fiance Janie, she's not officially done yet because she still has like to finish her internship and one class she has to take this summer. But she got to walk for her graduation for her master's program. To going into licensed therapist, whatever, licensed professional therapist. I think that's the correct title. So she's almost done. Like we're almost there, man. Like so I'm super proud of her. Just amazing amount of hard work she's put in to get there. So I got to see that. And then we got to celebrate a little bit later on that evening. And then yesterday was like, I just did my nerd shit. Like I played D&D with my buddies and drank. So like that's that's where we get together every couple of weeks or something like that. And that was Cinco de Drinko for me. So I had one of those Modelo the chiladas. Kind of tastes like you put like salsa and beer together a little bit.
Yeah.
I was drinking on them. Those pretty damn good. The big tall cans.
Did
I'm
you
not
guys
fancy.
see? There's now. I don't even know if it's available in the U.S. yet, but there's Jack and Coke all in one can.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Some
like
of those
that's
are
gonna
good.
go over super well. That's gonna be
Yeah.
It does.
the next Maker's Mark. You know how when you go into any hotel that has a bar, the first
It's
thing they
always
have is Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
I feel like that Jack and Coke in a can is gonna be number one seller. I feel like that's who they're gonna market it to.
I could definitely see that. Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
think about it
maybe.
as a bartender, it saves you time and money.
Yeah, amount of times you go in because if I go into a bar and I don't really see anything I like, I'll be like, yeah, Jack and Coke, because if there's nothing cooler, basically, like, and there's some places I've been where there's not gonna be, like Jack and Coke, that's what you do when someone just pop a top. Yeah,
But think about it, and as a business owner, think about portion control.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, for
pre-made.
There is
No,
Portion
no,
control.
no one's over pouring.
Portion control is going to either make you or break you. One of the two.
Right.
And the thing about that, it's not new. They've had that
No.
up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've got the mix down. It's all good. It's not my flavor of choice. It's a little weak, but yeah.
But for the new drinkers,
Yeah,
that's like their
for
go-to
the
thing.
normies, that's what they call them.
Yeah.
Right? For the normies, Jack and Coke.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
kiddies.
When they go, ooh, that's smooth, you don't say nothing because
Yeah,
they
you
won't
just
be
let it
quiet.
ride.
This juice is good.
Yeah.
Gotta have
It's
some good
smooth
sauce.
juice. Yeah.
So have we seen anything new coming out in the bourbon world that's interesting or worth taking a look at?
Mark,
Okay.
what you got?
So I saw something new. It's not in the bourbon world, but it's Doja Cat on her way to the Met. God damn. I'm sorry. Google that.
No.
Google
No.
that.
Yes, I've
Okay.
seen that.
So she's been wearing a sheet all day. I didn't realize what it was. Every time I
That's not a sheet. That's cheesecloth, dude.
but no, that's earlier.
Dude, you know where I live when people
So-
are wearing
It doesn't
sheets?
matter, but yeah.
problem.
So before the
I'm
Met,
just saying.
before the Met, she gets out of
If you're wearing
little
sheets around
van,
here, it's a problem.
dripping wet. That looks like the sheet or whatever the hell it is now. It's soaking wet,
Uh-huh.
and she's in a towel. I was like, God damn, that was a cat.
But why was she wet?
Cheesecloth.
For effect?
It's the Met Gala.
Just the Met Gala.
You don't ask why with the Met Gala.
So listen, if you guys seen the last picture I put in the post, that was the menu from Formula One Grand Prix this weekend where my wife worked Friday and Saturday. $280 for a lobster roll.
Wow, it's like craziness, dude.
Tacos, I think was let me see. So I was like,
It's
this
2
is
bottle
what it
kills.
Okay, so here we go. Lobster rolls, $280. Yellowfin tuna, like a little appetizer, was $170.
I was like, it better be the whole fucking fish for $170.
No.
Yeah, no.
I want the head and the eyes and everything.
Okay,
Let's do it like
right.
we're in Mexico.
A U5, right? Which means it takes 5 of them to make a pound. $290. You don't get 5. You get like 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's see here. A hamburger was $35.
That's actually
Chicken
not bad
wings.
compared to the rest.
Okay,
Yeah,
so here we go.
like, how much is a French fry? Like one
Here
French
we go. Okay, speaking of that, like, here we go.
fry? Like a single fry.
Crispy chicken
$3.50.
wings.
What if it fell on the
Right?
ground first? Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna just give
$3.50.
you guys. I'm gonna let you guys guess. Crispy chicken wings, classic lemon pepper,
$10.
Thai chili, or chipotle. How much do you think that went for?
45
The
bucks.
plain chicken wing, $10.
45.
See if I can get
It's
it where you
not.
guys see this.
Oh, wait.
I can't really read it.
I can't read it, bro.
There you go.
Holy shit balls. That was close.
Damn.
Did it say 80?
100.
180?
I was
Or no.
close. I was off by a factor of
100.
10.
Okay.
And mine was
can't really
plain.
see it.
So
I
wings
could
was
throw out on
$190
$190 for wings?
for wings.
And this
Hell
was
no.
this was F1.
This was F1. So
Was Lewis Hamilton treating?
listen, so one of the motor guys who drives the motorcycles, right, had to escort this billionaire down to Bell Harbor at 10 o'clock at night. And you think, why have we got to escort this guy to Bell Harbor? He wanted to go 10 o'clock at night to buy a Patek Philippe watch.
Oh Lord. I hope he arranged it.
Uh-huh.
'Cause
I've been doing the wrong shit for work. I need to
if you're in that, but if you're not in that,
I need to
Yeah,
cater to
seriously.
like ridiculously rich, absurd people who want
Okay,
a
but
fancy fucking
just
watch at 10
and
o'clock at
not
night.
that I ever
I'll be
would.
the guy that gives it to him. You know what I
I
mean?
want, but a Patek Philippe probably runs anywhere from 120
very
upwards
low
to
end.
$200,000
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
Patek Philippe,
Only.
and
And
that's
But Billy,
that's
here's the other thing with those. You can't just walk in and buy one.
And
you have to
the
have you
other-
have to be
the other
certified
beauty about
first.
that
Yeah,
is all you got to do.
it's
is
like
you
Ferrari.
take your
Yeah.
client to the product.
But it's
not
so
around your
so
Oh, you gotta be a fixer
Pocket.
too.
so
It's gonna be
so like for
environment.
instance, Donald Trump out of nowhere showed up there, right? So in order to get
Hey.
into this certain part of
They kick him out.
Formula One, you couldn't just buy a ticket. You had to be interviewed
He couldn't buy
to
it.
see if they were going to let you be a part of the exclusivity.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, we've all heard of Monaco. We know where Monaco is at, right?
Mm.
So F1
afford
in
that.
Miami is modeled after Monaco. They have like fake boats, a little beach where you can actually sit. But yeah,
Like the whole presentation of it, basically,
yeah.
like a little slice of Monaco. That's cool.
And what they did this time, so of course their cars came in from out of the country. They flew them into the airport. Instead of having the X-ray machine at the airport, they had the X-ray machine at the stadium.
Okay.
Why? Because it was easier for them X-ray them at the stadium than it was the airport.
Yep.
Do you know what kind of balls and movement you gotta have to make the airport move their X-ray machine to the stadium?
It's impressive. That's for
Yeah.
damn sure.
It's
Maybe
not
one
even
day.
about being impressive, but
Maybe
I
one day.
think Miami is so. Do you know Miami at current is the most expensive place to live in the country?
I believe that.
Above LA.
Who wants to
It's
live
not
in
that surprising.
California?
But I'm just
That's
saying
the
that's
land
just
of
People trying to get into
nuts,
Hollywood,
dude.
or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why people.
Yeah.
And I got
Much
nothing.
rather-
That's not
I'd
like
much rather do
a
Miami
California
than
thing. You just
anything in California.
too fucking
Yeah.
expensive. It's too many people. Like
it,
I
Land
love
of
San
fruits
Diego.
and nuts, dude.
I
It's
love San Diego.
wacky out there.
listen.
I love Sacramento. When I went out there, I thought it was great.
Yeah,
out
no.
I need
Listen,
more sun up to Sacramento.
I'm cheap because the last time I bought hats, I always
Oh.
buy 3 so I can get them cheaper.
You know,
I don't want to pay $52 for one of them.
Right.
yeah, you know, that's
I
that
wait till
Scally
they get
hurt. That Boston
49
Scally
bucks,
hurt.
but
Yeah. Oh man.
I
feel
got
that.
one on. Let me order on Friday. I got to get a replacement, but yeah.
There you go. Well, guys, we're just about at an hour. We have
At.
gone well
Okay.
over time. Not that I care because I've been having fun. But for the viewers and that, and I appreciate it. We got some good feedback on there. Some people been liking and hearting
Okay.
and all that good stuff. So
Holy
good
shit,
shit,
balls.
good shit.
People are actually watching us.
Yeah, people watch this. What do you
Yeah,
say?
they're always in and out. I swear, I couldn't
Whoa.
tell you how many times folks say, "Man, I saw you
Well,
guys on show."
Part of it's just the
What
I
do you
know.
mean?
It's
We're on
never
Facebook.
post
We're
anything.
scrolling Facebook. They're not going to sit there and watch an hour
Exactly.
show.
Yeah,
They're going to watch 45 seconds of it to hear a good joke, and then they're going to keep scrolling. Like it's just.
I think it's
What
all
it is.
Jody's fault.
I do this for us. Like that's
yeah.
because I'm not really social media denizens anymore. But I have an Instagram account. I have 0 posts on my Instagram. Like there's some people that follow me. There's some people that I follow at this point, and I'll share
Okay,
videos or
but you
whatever.
know what I don't understand about
0
Instagram and
posts.
TikTok? Here's what I don't understand. My daughter has a TikTok, right?
Mhm.
She has 2 posts. Both of them are just some random shit. One post has like 2,000 likes. The other one, I kid you not, has like over 1 million views. And
Yeah.
it's just a random ass cartoon
Yes.
picture. It's not even
It's a
moving,
woman.
it's just a picture.
It's a woman.
Yes.
Yes.
There's
If
that
you're a
factor.
woman-
of
What?
it, yeah.
No,
If
it's
you're a
not only
woman-
that. It's like the same things that I'll post. Like, when I post the bottle and the glass and all that, it's like join this evening. I'll post.
Yeah, we need to move to the after show
It's
so I
like,
can talk about all the
boom.
dogs that have been following me on there and being like, this is obvious bait. But we're gonna move to the after show. I had a lot of fun. This is great, Billy. I am so happy for you, man. I
Yeah.
know
Thank
we
you guys.
are.
Thank you.
That's my love, really. I'm glad it was such a success. I hope we keep seeing it go that way.
Love it.
Really, just super happy for you. And I do need to get down there at some point. I'll figure
Yes.
that out. And Gino, you really don't have an excuse because you're done, man. Like you're done. You won the
Hey,
game.
You know,
won, right?
it might be
won.
July 4th. I might be
You're my idol because I'll never see this in my
going
own life.
down there in Miami. Who knows?
But anyway, much love, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Drive like you know each other. Be safe. We'll see y'all next week. All right.
All right,
Love y'all.
guys. Be good to yourself.
Peace and blessings.